They got the promotion you deserved, the relationship you wanted, the life you were working toward. And you watched it happen from behind a glass wall, pressed against the boundary between honest and effective, authentic and successful, real and rewarded. You watched them lie, manipulate, and perform their way to everything you've been honestly striving for. And the worst part? Everyone seems to love them for it. While you were being real, they were being strategic. While you were being honest, they were being effective. And now they're winning. This isn't about jealousy. This is about justice, about understanding why the world seems rigged to reward performance over truth, manipulation over merit, facades over authenticity. You've been playing an honest game in a performance theater, fighting with honor in a war where only victory matters, being yourself in a game designed for actors. It's time you understood the game, not to become fake, but to stop losing to those who are. Tonight, I'm revealing why you've been building with real materials while they construct with smoke and mirrors. Why authenticity feels like a disadvantage in a world designed for performers. Part 1. The 5 advantages fake people have over authentic ones. Part 2. Why society is structured to reward performance over truth. Part 3. How to compete without compromising who you are. This will challenge everything you believe about integrity, success, and the price of being real in a fake world. Advantage 1. Emotional flexibility. Fake people aren't burdened by the weight of consistency. They can be whoever the moment requires. Watch them operate. With superiors, deferential and eager. With peers, collaborative and friendly. With subordinates, commanding and decisive. With targets, whatever gets results. You call it manipulation. They call it adaptation. And while you're struggling to be authentic, they're shape-shifting into exactly what each situation demands. You're playing checkers with one set of pieces. They're playing chess with an entire costume department. They don't have a fixed identity to defend. They have a fluid strategy to deploy. Think about your workplace. The person who got promoted. Were they the most competent? Or the most adaptive? The one who mirrored the boss's opinions, laughed at the right jokes, became a reflection of what power wanted to see? Authenticity requires you to be the same person in every room. Fakeness allows you to be the perfect person for each room. Guess which one reads as more leadership material? Advantage 2. Selective memory. Fake people have mastered the art of convenient amnesia. They can promise without remembering, betray without guilt, lie without cognitive dissonance, contradict themselves without discomfort. While you're tormented by integrity, they're liberated by flexibility. Your conscience keeps score. Theirs keeps options. You remember every commitment, every word given, every promise made. It weighs on you, constrains you, forces you to follow through even when circumstances change. They remember only what serves them. Yesterday's promises evaporate if today's opportunities require it. They're not burdened by consistency because they're not cursed with integrity. This isn't stupidity. It's strategy. They've learned that most people don't track promises. They track presence. Show up with confidence today, and yesterday's contradictions disappear. Advantage 3. Emotional vampirism. Fake people are energy extractors. They've mastered the art of making others feel good while giving nothing real in return. They offer validation without investment, attention without authenticity, support without substance, connection without commitment. They're emotional algorithms, calculating the minimum input for maximum output. While you're building real relationships, they're building useful networks. Watch how they operate at social gatherings. They work the room like a pollinator, touching every flower, extracting what they need, leaving each person feeling special without actually connecting to any. You exhaust yourself in deep conversations. They energize themselves through surface transactions. You invest. They extract. You build. They leverage. By the end of the night, you've made maybe one real connection. They've made 20 useful contacts. Guess who's better at networking? Advantage 4. Shamelessness. Shame is evolution's way of enforcing social contracts. It keeps us from violating group norms. But fake people have hacked this system. They've discovered that shamelessness is a superpower. They can take credit for others' work without blushing, lie directly to someone's face without flinching, betray trust without losing sleep, fail publicly without feeling it. While you're paralyzed by potential embarrassment, they're protected by psychological armor. Your fear of judgment keeps you small. Their immunity to it keeps them advancing. Consider how much your life is limited by shame, the opportunities you don't take, the asks you don't make, the spaces you don't enter. All because shame whispers, "What will they think?" They don't hear that whisper, or they've learned to ignore it. And in a world that rewards bold asks over quiet merit, shamelessness wins. Advantage 5. Reality distortion. Fake people aren't constrained by objective reality. They live in a subjective universe where truth is whatever works. They can rewrite history in real time, believe their own lies, create compelling false narratives, make others doubt their own experience. You're anchored to facts. They're freed by fiction. You build arguments on truth. They build empires on perception. Steve Jobs had what they called a reality distortion field, the ability to convince anyone of anything through sheer force of conviction. He's celebrated for it. But when everyday fake people do the same thing, we call it gaslighting. The difference? Success. Winners write history, including their own. And fake people understand that reality is more negotiable than you think. They don't just lie to others, they lie to themselves. And that self-deception becomes confidence. That confidence becomes charisma. That charisma becomes success. 5 advantages. 5 reasons fake people seem to win while authentic people struggle. But this isn't random. This isn't accidental. Picture the builder, hands bloodied from honest work, carrying real stones while surrounded by architects of illusion who paint cardboard to look like marble. The builder wonders why their solid foundations are ignored while smoke and mirror constructions get applause. You've been the builder, performing in a theater without knowing the rules. Society is structured to reward performance over truth. And once you understand why, everything starts making sense. The performance economy. We don't live in a merit economy. We live in a performance economy, a grand theater where the builder's bloodied hands are hidden backstage while the mask wearers take center spotlight. Value isn't determined by what you can do. It's determined by what you can make others believe you can do. Think about it. Job interviews reward performance, not competence. Dating rewards presentation, not character. Social media rewards curation, not reality. Politics rewards promises, not delivery. Every major life arena is actually an audition, and auditions favor actors over authentic people. The entire system is designed like a theater. There's front stage, where performance happens, and backstage, where reality lives. Fake people understand this division. They excel at front stage while hiding their backstage. You keep trying to bring your backstage to the front. Your real self, your actual struggles, your human complexity. But the audience doesn't want that. They want the show. The confidence game. Here's a truth that will anger you. Confidence matters more than competence. And fake confidence is indistinguishable from real confidence to most observers. Studies consistently show confident incompetence beats modest expertise. Certainty sells better than accuracy. Bold lies outperform cautious truths. Charisma trumps character in first impressions. Fake people understand this. They've learned that you don't need to be good. You need to seem good. And seeming is easier than being. While you're developing real skills, they're developing impression management. While you're building expertise, they're building perception. And in a world of surface judgments, perception pays better. The authenticity trap. Here's the paradox. The more authentic you are, the more vulnerable you become. The builder shows their foundation work, the cracks, the adjustments, the honest process. The mask wearers show only finished facades. Authenticity requires admitting weaknesses, showing uncertainty, expressing real emotions, revealing imperfections. But vulnerability in a performance economy is weaponized. Your honesty becomes ammunition. Your openness becomes opportunity for exploitation. Your realness becomes evidence of unsuitability for success. Fake people never give ammunition. They present a smooth, impenetrable surface. No cracks for criticism to enter. No authenticity for others to attack. You show your work in progress self. They show their highlight reel. You admit mistakes. They reframe failures. You express doubt. They project certainty. In a world that punishes vulnerability and rewards invulnerability, guess who wins? And here's what hurts most. Part of you wonders if they're right. If authenticity really is naivety. If being real is just being stupid. But that doubt, that's exactly what they need you to feel. The attribution error. Humans have a cognitive bias called fundamental attribution error. We attribute others' success to their character while attributing our own success to circumstances. Fake people exploit this perfectly. They take credit for circumstances, create narratives of personal triumph, minimize others' contributions, maximize their own agency. While you're accurately attributing success to team effort, luck, and circumstances, they're building a mythology of individual brilliance. Your honesty about how success really happens makes you forgettable. Their fiction about being solely responsible makes them memorable. And memory drives opportunity. The network effect. Fake people understand that success is less about what you know and more about who believes in you. So they optimize for belief, not truth. They build networks of mutual validation, circles of people who need to believe each other's performances to maintain their own. They create what I call fictional equity, investment in each other's false narratives. You seek real connection. They seek useful connection. You build friendships. They build alliances. You create bonds. They create leverage. And in a world where opportunities flow through networks, their approach, however hollow, generates more flow. The short-term optimization. Here's the critical insight. Fake people optimize for short-term wins, while authentic people optimize for long-term integrity. But we live in a short-term world. Quarterly earnings, election cycles, social media metrics, dating apps. Everything rewards immediate impression over sustained character. Fake people thrive in this environment because first impressions matter more than lasting ones. Moving fast means less scrutiny. New contexts mean fresh starts. Short-term gains compound into long-term positions. By the time their falseness might catch up, they've already extracted the value and moved on. They're playing a different game, one measured in transactions, not relationships. The systemic selection. Systems select for what they reward. And our systems reward confidence over competence, performance over authenticity, networks over merit, perception over reality, short-term over long-term. This creates evolutionary pressure toward fakeness. Those who adapt to perform get promoted. Those who insist on authenticity get passed over. Generation after generation, the performers rise while the authentic stagnate. It's not that fake people are smarter. They're just better adapted to a sick system. They're the psychological equivalent of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, evolved to thrive in toxic environments. Now you understand the theater you've been unknowingly performing in. You see why they win on the front stage. You recognize the performance economy that rewards their strategies. The builder stands at a crossroads. Behind, the wreckage of honest attempts in a dishonest game. Ahead, two paths. One leads to the mask maker's workshop. Become what you've despised. The other leads deeper into the craft, but with new knowledge of the arena. You can compete without becoming them. You can win without selling your soul. The key isn't to become fake. It's to become strategically authentic. The power of selective revelation. The builder learns a crucial truth. Showing your work doesn't mean showing every tool, every mistake, every moment of doubt to everyone who walks by. Stop confusing authenticity with transparency. Being real doesn't mean being an open book. It means being genuinely yourself, at the right depth for each situation. Think of authenticity as stage lighting, not an on-off switch. Strangers get soft lighting, 10% depth. Acquaintances get ambient lighting, 30% depth. Colleagues get focused lighting, 50% depth. Friends get warm lighting, 70% depth. Inner circle gets full illumination, 90% depth. You're always authentically you, just at different resolutions. This isn't fakeness. It's wisdom. Fake people perform different characters. You reveal different depths of the same character. They change who they are. You change how much you show. The strategic frame. Learn to frame your authenticity in ways that work within the performance economy. Instead of, "I don't know," say, "I'm exploring several possibilities." Instead of, "I'm struggling," say, "I'm in a growth phase." Instead of, "I failed," say, "I gained valuable data." You're not lying. You're translating authentic experience into performance economy language. You're being real in a way that registers as valuable. The competence display. Fake people display fake competence. But you can display real competence more effectively. Document everything you do. Create visible artifacts of invisible work. Narrate your process, not just results. Build in public when possible. Let others witness your expertise in action. Don't wait for competence to be discovered. Make it discoverable, not through boasting, through demonstration. The network inversion. Instead of building networks of mutual delusion, build networks of mutual elevation. Seek people who celebrate real achievement, value growth over image, share credit generously. Build together, not against each other. Quality over quantity, depth over breadth, real allies over useful contacts. It takes longer, but it lasts forever. The long game advantage. Fake people optimize for short-term wins. This is their weakness. While they're extracting quick value, you can build real expertise that compounds. Create authentic relationships that deepen. Develop skills that appreciate. Establish reputation that endures. Let them win the sprints. You're running a marathon, and marathons favor those with real strength, not just good acting. The anti-fragile authenticity. Here's your secret weapon. Authenticity makes you anti-fragile. The more pressure, the stronger you become, because you have nothing to hide. Your story stays consistent. Your energy isn't drained by performance. Your mistakes become growth narratives. Your failures become foundations. Fake people are fragile. One crack in their facade and everything crumbles. One person who sees through them and their network collapses. One moment of truth and their fiction evaporates. You can withstand scrutiny. They can't. You can build on foundations they don't have. You can sleep peacefully while they manage their matrices of deception. The reality creation method. The mask wearers distort existing reality. The builder creates new reality. Instead of lying about who you are, become who you want to be. Don't fake expertise. Develop it. Don't pretend connections. Build them. Don't perform confidence. Earn it. Don't manufacture success. Create it. This takes longer than lying, but it lasts forever. And it compounds in ways fakeness never can. The signal amplification. In a noisy world, authentic signal cuts through fake noise. But you need to amplify your signal. Be consistent across all platforms. Let your work speak louder than your words. Build proof, not just promises. Show process, not just results. Invite verification, don't avoid it. Fake people fear investigation. You should invite it. Make your authenticity so visible, so verifiable, that it becomes your competitive advantage. The collaborative advantage. Fake people compete through deception. You can compete through collaboration. Because authentic people can trust and be trusted. Build real teams. Create genuine value. Share credit honestly. Combine strengths openly. While they are managing their deceptions, you're multiplying your force through real partnership. While they're watching their backs, you're building something bigger than yourself. The builder stands now with bloodied hands that have built something real, something lasting. Around them, the cardboard constructions of the mask wearers begin to show cracks in the wind. Here's your assignment. First, identify one area where you've been disadvantaged by being authentic. Maybe it's work, relationships, social situations. Feel the frustration of watching fake people succeed where you've struggled. Now, apply one strategic authenticity principle this week. Maybe it's selective revelation. Maybe it's competence display. Maybe it's reality creation. Choose one and practice it. But here's the deeper truth. The mask wearers don't really win. They get prizes. There's a difference. They get the promotion, but not the respect. The relationship, but not the connection. The success, but not the satisfaction. The applause, but not the substance. The builder gets something else entirely. They get to sleep with clean hands. They get to wake up as themselves. They get to build something that lasts beyond any single performance. The mask wearers are playing a game where winning means becoming someone else. The builder plays a game where winning means becoming more themselves. They wake up every morning having to remember their lines. The builder wakes up just having to continue the work. They live in constant fear of being discovered. The builder lives in constant freedom of being known. They may get there faster, but the builder gets there fuller. They may win more games, but the builder wins at life. Yes, fake people have advantages. Yes, the system rewards performance. Yes, authenticity can feel like a disadvantage, but authenticity is only a disadvantage if you play by their rules. Create new rules, build new games, define success differently. Because in the end, they're not winning. They're performing winning. And there's nothing more exhausting than a performance that never ends. Stay real. Play play smart. Win different. If you're ready to stop losing to fake people and start winning as yourself, subscribe